Hi, everybody, and welcome to Manga Palette, the show where I, Pisticie Luna, here with my co-host,
Manga Chef Isaiah.
read and or watch a thing and talk about it. So, Isaiah, what is this? What is this? Well, I mean, like, yeah, all right, we title every episode, you know, from minute one, but really, what is this?
Kawaii Kevra.
Holy shit! I gave you the short version so that you wouldn't do this.
It's are you willing to?
Just say the title. Just say the short version of the title. I told you like literally a day ago.
You told me a day ago.
Yes.
Are you willing to?
Okay,
What is
fine,
it?
fuck it. Hensuki.
Hensuki? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because the whole title is Kawaii kereba hento demo suki ni nante kuremasu ka? So you just take hen and ski, and that's it.
Can't it be a lot of things?
No, not when it's that long.
Oh.
The literal translation is right, is are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's cute? But it's easier to just say hensuki. Sort of like ore imo, you know?
Oh.
Ore
Yeah.
no imoto ga kawaii mo... What the fuck was it? Ore no imoto ga kawaii wakare na... something janai. I forget. I honestly forget because I haven't thought about that thing in forever. Interestingly enough, someone who worked on Ore Imo worked on the show. Hey! Let's talk about it. Here are, I guess we could say, like, what? 5 principal characters? I'll throw
Yeah.
another one in there just because I'm interested in her. Because I don't know if you know this, but this was a light novel originally.
Oh, so it's an adaptation.
Yeah, it's an adaptation of an adaptation. Because this is based on the manga, I think. There's a lot of stupid details that don't matter that are in the light novel. But yeah, so here we go. Keiki Kiryu is the protagonist, and he's voiced by Hiroshimono. I love Hiroshimono so much. His voice is great.
Mhm.
His voice is amazing. Also, for the lines that they give him, he does a really good Tsukomi. The hard response of like, please, dude, that no, shut the fuck up. Just in a very quick, concise line.
They
He's
also
working on a
made
lot
him
of
do
things. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. We also made him be the. What's it called? The masochist or whatever. When the girl's like beating him up.
Oh, yeah, the voice that he does for it. Okay, so here's 3 things he did, and one of them we've talked about so far. He was Keimon Katsuragi, better known as Toshigami, on fucking Kami no Miso Shiru Sekai. He was Akihisa Yoshi on Bakuto Testo, which had like 2 seasons and stuff. And then the thing we did talk about, he's Kyoya Shinomiya on Good Job Boo.
He's the other male protagonist.
Fuck yeah, Good Job Boo.
Yeah.
Fuck
Never
yeah,
forget
Good Job Boo.
Kajabu.
God, I love Good Job Boo so much. I love Good Job Boo so much. The cat dancing on Lava's head will always be an image that's just in my mind. Like, that cat loves baseball. That cat loves baseball. Okay, then there's Sayuki Tokihara, voiced by Ayana Taketatsu. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That lady has done so much work. I shouldn't have to list everything, but here's some things. Azusa on K-On! Ayumi Takahara also on Kami no Miso Shiru Sekai. And since I mentioned Orihimo, she was the main girl on Orihimo. Kirino Kosaka? I'm 90% sure that's the name. And yeah, I mean, hey, I was into the concept. I never liked the execution. But that's because I played the game where I could decide what was happening instead of reading it. And then there's Yuika Koga, who's voiced by Rina Hidaka. Rina Hidaka, we already mentioned her before because she was Rosia on Show by Rock.
Mhm.
And she was also Sacrament on Gaworare. because those are the same person.
So
And
I guess she always does the little girl. Or like tiny.
no, I'm just gonna say the littlest girl is not voiced by her at all.
But I mean, like,
But yeah, she does like youthful voices. It's a thing. She also does Nemesis on Turabiru. And here's one that I really went for because, I really like Kaminomi, and whenever I like something, I go real hard for it. Do you remember in the first season of Kaminomi during Kanon's capture arc? That for the anime, they didn't do it in the manga. They talked about her previous idol unit, Citron.
kinda.
Do you remember that?
Wait,
It was
who's
like-
previous out of unit?
Kanon, the girl with the pink hair and the big ribbon and the tasers.
Yeah, I remember it.
Remember, she used to be part of an idol unit,
Yeah, I remember that.
and she was in the background. And then they were like, "That girl has star power," and they broke up Citron.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The girl who was the center for Citron, Lime, was voiced by Rina Hidaka. Like I said,
Alright.
big reach. Big reach.
Is it?
Gotta-
Is anyone gonna know that?
No, but that's why I gave the other three things.
Okay.
See? See? I didn't do it for no reason. They're there. I mean, and you're here. If you're here, you get it. So, like, what's the worry?
That's true.
Yeah. Then there's Mao Nanjo, voiced by Iori no Mizu, who has been working more so recently than, I guess, before. Before she did more, like, bit roles, but now she does, like, a lot more stuff. For example, do you remember on Show Bitch, that nurse that was very inappropriate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was her.
The whole cast is inappropriate, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I mean the
I remember
nurse,
the nurse, yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, she's the main girl, Inaho on Makenki. And she was on Korema Zombie Desu Ka as the main girl, Haruna. Then there's Keiki's little sister, Mizuha Kiryu, who's voiced by Kaede Hondo, who I feel like she's only worked in the last 5 years, maybe. Because everything I found was like nothing I super recognized, and the things I did recognize, I was like really aware of. For example, she was the main girl, Sakura, on Zombieland Saga. She was on Keijo as Kazane Aoba. And the thing we did talk about, she was on Demi-chama Kataritai, the vampire girl, Hikari Takanashi.
Oh, the other main girl.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's main girl. Yeah.
Essentially, it's about her and her friends, right?
She's the first girl. I'll say that.
Yeah, she's the first one to show up, and then she brings her friends along. And then I guess the other one I wanted to mention was Ayano Fujimoto, who was voiced by Anzu Haruno, who has worked on pretty much nothing. So two things I wanted to mention that I noticed was she's the little Tanuki girl on Yuragiso no Yunasan Koyuzu, which I've read that manga. I haven't watched the show. I might as well. And she was on Blend S as the tiny lady, Mafuyu Hoshikawa. Well, I think that's her entire thing, right? That she's tiny. And
I didn't
everyone
watch
is-
that show for a while, but I think
Okay.
so.
I remember that.
Isn't
Like,
she like a sadist?
is that it? I
Yeah.
think she's just as her thing. She's just mean. I just remember the whole thing was she's like 4'7", and her brother, who is like 15, is 5'9", and everyone thinks it's the other way around.
Uh,
That is all I know. And yeah, okay. So, in a few words, what is Hensuki?
it's about this guy who wants to find a girlfriend, and everyone in this club is a weirdo.
Does he know that?
He doesn't know that, but he finds
He
out.
doesn't know that. Yeah.
He like, oh, and the main premise was so someone in after club room,
Yeah.
they went to his bag and they
No,
had
they
a
left
love
it on the
letter.
desk.
Oh, yeah, it was on the desk, and it was a love letter confessed to him, and next to there was the girl's fanny. So yeah,
Yep.
he has to
And-
figure out who left the fannies.
Who could do that? Who possibly would do that?
Yeah.
And then, so it's basically the Cinderella story, which is why they keep referencing her as Cinderella.
Hmm.
He finds the shoe and goes like, "Oh, I have to find who the shoe belongs to." So it's in this case though, he finds underwear and goes like, "I have to find who this underwear belongs to."
Yeah, I can't just test everybody, put it on.
No, that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to ask people if they're interested in me romantically. Oh no! Oh no! A cavalcade of weird fetishes. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for any of this.
And he looks like he's normal, but then you just find out he's weirder. Or it
Is
goes
he
on.
weirder?
I
He
thi-
is weird.
I think he has to be weird.
I don't know. He's weirder.
What do you mean?
Well, you said weirder in relation to what?
Like he's weirder than normal.
I don't know if that's true. He seems to just be dumb.
Yeah, he's dumb, but
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say weird.
I
There's
think he
nothing up.
also has to be like into the stuff the girls are doing to him.
He's
So
not, Bo. That's the thing. Is he repeatedly says, "Go fuck yourself, stop."
I
Go
know,
fuck
but he
yourself,
never
stop.
like reports them or anything.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
that's
does
true.
do it sometimes,
If anything, he goes through with it in the hopes that he can run away,
or he
which
does it
is
to find
not
the
the way it
girls
works.
to see if it's one of the girls that left him the panties.
He
On the
just
bed.
wants to know the answer,
He
and
goes really hard for the answer.
that's all he wants. He doesn't want anything else. He'll do anything to find that answer.
That's what I think is pretty weird.
I don't think that's weird. I think that's dumb. Because weird to me implies that I'm like, that I don't like. I don't think anyone would do that. Whereas dumb is no, people would know that that's the worst way to go about it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, there's definitely better ways.
Yeah, there's better ways to go about it, but he's not thinking about it. It's like, no, this will work. Trust me. And then it just goes poorly every single time, or at least what he considers poorly. Because it's not like, I don't know. I feel like, what, 2, 3 of them sexually assault him repeatedly.
They all do what?
Does Nanjo? I don't think Nanjo sexually assaults him.
She writes BL about him.
That's
Oh,
not
maybe you don't
sexual
consider-
assault.
Yes, it is.
I don't think that's sexual assault.
Well, it's not assault. It's harassment.
No, it's creepy,
No, it's
but it's not
harassment.
sexual assault.
It is. You're
I
not
don't-
allowed to fantasize about somebody
I don't
I
know if
mean-
you can stop people from doing that.
with like a real person.
Yeah, again, I don't know if you can stop people from doing that because people write weird, creepy fan fiction all the time.
Yeah, but it's not okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's. I feel like that's the definition that's also counting.
I'm just saying it's not sexual assault because assault implies like physical contact stuff.
I thought it also meant like mentally.
No, no, that's different. That's sexual harassment. That's not
Yeah.
it's not sexual assault.
I thought if it's like enough to traumatize them, then it's assault.
No, it's always just harassment. Not to say that harassment can't be horrible.
I feel like it's equal.
Mm,
Well, to me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care what you write about. I think his thing is he thinks about it a lot and it bothers him. And I would say, hey buddy, don't even think about it.
But he doesn't want it.
Again,
That's
I
why
mean
I think it's harassment.
I think of a lot of people who do stuff like that anyway, and I don't think anyone wanted that. But I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. You can send a cease and desist, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that even counts as any form of slander or anything.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know what legal action you can take against that. Is what I'm saying.
You can make them stop writing it.
No, that's what I mean. I don't think you can. I think maybe a cease and desist would work, but I'm not sure if it
You
would.
can't make everybody stop writing it, but you can make the one person you know who's doing it stop writing it.
Again, it's going to be a thing, with or without you.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I.
If you know one person's doing it, you could stop
No,
them.
no, though. It's a franchise. People love it. Like, you can't. That's what I mean. If it was just her for her, I would say, yeah, fine. That's easy. But if it's her and, like, the, 5 dozen people who buy it, I don't know if you will be able to stop it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I guess it's making money.
Did you not hear her say it's incredibly popular? Lots of people buy it.
No,
lots of
I'm saying
people-
that's
yeah.
not a reason you can't stop it.
No, I mean, that's a reason you can't stop it because other people will do it then.
That's what I said. You could stop the one person, but you can't stop everybody.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you're not actually stopping it if it's gonna
Wow.
continue anyway.
Yeah.
It's like criminalizing alcohol, right? You can make it illegal. That's not gonna stop people from drinking.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not stopping it. That's just making it harder to do it. But that's not gonna stop it.
I know. My point was you could stop the one person.
I get. I don't. I guess. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's not gonna completely get rid
Yeah.
of it, but he could stop the one person that said openly, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this."
I guess that's true. But I'm just saying, I don't know if that's really gonna change anything.
It's not.
So then I don't see the point, I guess.
He's got rid of the one person.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like putting a bandage on a gaping wound. If it's not helping, I don't see the point.
Well, that one person can't do it anymore.
Again, That wasn't the problem. The problem was the fact that it happens, period.
And I was one less person to think about.
But then wouldn't you just think about the 50 others? Like, it's still... That's what I mean. I don't know if it would lessen the actual sentiment.
Probably.
I don't think so. Because, like, if the idea of it bothers you, period, then why would only one person stopping bother you, knowing that there's others out there who still do it? Know what I mean?
Because you wouldn't see them.
No, but you know, and that's the bigger problem. Because that's what I mean. Like, if the uncomfortableness is based on the fact that it's happening, and you can't do anything to stop the dozens of people who are doing it, stopping one person isn't going to change the fact that people are going to do it. And if the fact that people doing it is what bothers you, then it doesn't change the fact that people are doing it, which means you're still uncomfortable anyway. That's why I compared it to putting a bandage on a gaping wound. Because it's not like... It's not to say that you didn't do anything. It's just that you didn't do enough to stop what you were worried about. At which point means you're still worried about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if the concern is, oh, I don't want this to happen. It's like, yeah, but it's super past stoppable now. I mean, you're just gonna have to not think about it because there's nothing else you could do about it.
Yeah, but she won't also like take pictures of him, of his friend or whatever.
I think she just took a regular picture of them and then just uses it. I don't think it was like she took a special picture. I think she took a regular picture and then just uses it normally. Yeah, like as a reference point. Like if you take a picture of the woods and then paint the woods. Like there isn't a specific way you have to take the picture to use it.
But she keeps saying like, oh, she needs more reference.
Yeah, that's true.
And she actually
keeps saying that. I don't think she keeps. But I'm just saying, I don't think she's gonna stop. I mean, I don't think everyone's gonna stop because she just explicitly said it's super popular, and I was like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's it. That's out of your hands, buddy. That's gone.
But I mean, you could stop that. Like the.
Again, I don't see the point.
Like
but
him
maybe
maybe
I just don't get it. I liken it to putting a bandage on a wound, and I'd rather you have just not put the bandage because it's not actually helping. You can't stop a fire with a single bucket of water. Like, you can't stop a building fire with a single bucket of water. You need way more water. So you throwing a single bucket isn't helping, dude. Get me more water. That's what I need. Which I guess in this case would be trying to take the entire group down, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know. They're like really love it.
I was thinking about it in like real life. If someone's
yeah,
doing
that's
that
what
to
I
me,
mean.
I didn't like it or whatever. If I didn't care about it, I would just like be, oh, I don't really care about it.
No,
if I cared
mean,
about it, then
yeah,
I would try to stop whoever I could. I know I
to
wouldn't
me,
win. I would still try.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, no, I just wouldn't try. To me, if you can't win, there's no point. Because it's
But
it's the thing is like drop the fucking. No, I don't have to be okay with it to just accept that it's a reality. You know. I don't like a lot of things about the world
But
I
if
live in.
someone like did it right in front of your face.
Again, I'd be very upset, but that doesn't mean I could do anything about it. You get what I'm saying? I've had people openly do things that sicken me in front of me, and I've just not said anything because me saying anything isn't gonna stop them from doing it.
Yeah.
To me, if in order for someone to change, they have to realize it's a problem. And as far as I understand it, she sure doesn't think it's a fucking problem.
They all think it's okay what they're doing. Yeah. We should talk more about the other girls.
What?
Or we can start with
yeah,
Nanja.
yeah.
So, so Nanja.
She just writes gay porn. She just writes gay porn about him constantly.
Yep.
That's it.
I
That's
think
her
she
whole
likes
thing.
him. Too.
She does. But also, independent of that, writes gay porn about him.
Yeah.
I do like that they go out of their way to use the foo as in rotten whenever she laughs.
Oh yeah, it says foo.
Yeah. Because it's just like I said, there's so many different onomatopoeias for laughter. That her laughter just has to be like whatever. But the fact that they use the foo from Fujoshi as in rotten for every time she laughs, I was like, that's really fun. I like that.
She's an open Fujoshi.
Even her no, she's not.
Well, she told him, but yeah.
Yeah, she's not open about it. None of them are open about it.
No.
He says, do you like me? Or like, hey, about this thing. And then they go, all right, so you're in, right? If you're in, it's time to find out what you're in for. And he goes, oh, God, no. That's pretty much it.
she also has like these work glasses. Then she turns into like writing mode.
I think I think she usually needs glasses and she just doesn't use them.
Oh,
I think that's what that is. Where it's like, oh, I'm nearsighted, so I'm fine on the most part. But if I'm gonna be writing all the time, I need to actually put them on.
she's also a tsundere.
Yeah, well, like, so that's the thing, right? She'll constantly do things that like prove that she likes him, but then also at the same time go like, yeah, but like I'm only doing this for my gay porn. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
It's like you shouldn't do that. And then when they did the fucking competition thing for Otori, right? I was
Yeah.
like, I need help. Everybody, please do this thing.
Mhm.
There's the end of that bit where she was like, I'm the I want you to know that the only person I can see is you. And I was like, she means she writes like she's really focused on her gay porn, right? Whatever. And then the whole crowd is like, holy shit, did you hear that? That's amazing. And Otori's like, yeah, all right. What did the old school tsundere get on that score? 98. Damn, that's strong. That's strong. That's beating out the competition. What do you got?
Uh, I just remember that one time you said. I was thinking back to the harassment thing. I was like, remember that one guy who drew of porn or whatever of who was it? I guess some character in some anime, and they like banned him. You remember that?
No, or at least not specifically what you're talking about.
It was one of our episodes.
Do you mean the guys who were drawing porn about Uma Musume Pretty Derby?
Yeah,
Or do you
I
mean
think-
or do you mean that guy who was selling stuff and that's why he got arrested?
Yeah, he was selling stuff.
Okay. So that's different. That's copyright. Because there is a legal precedent for that. That's like I own this thing and I designed this thing specifically and I got the law to recognize that I own and this legally distinct thing and that this person is using it to make money. That's different. You could talk about likeness rights when it comes to like actors, and that's a thing that sometimes happens, where like you have to pay money to get something that looks like someone. So you know, like movie video games,
Mhm.
right? Like they have to pay a fee to the actors for their likeness right, the right to make the digital image like them. But when you talk about like weird shit, like porn and stuff, it's really hard to actually crack down on any of that stuff because it's so out there, you know? And a lot of it they don't get money from. A lot of it they just do it. So then it's kind of hard to try to take it down because the way you would take it down is by like appealing to the idea of copyright or likeness right, which is I'm owed money for the money that they get from it. But if they didn't make any money from it, then like what? What do you do? That's why I'm like, I feel like this is such an ambiguous thing. I don't know if you could do anything about it. Because then, by that logic, all those websites that like Photoshop pictures of actresses onto porn bodies should have been shut down. But they're still out there.
Yeah.
They still exist, and people continue to do it. And so many people continue to do it. I don't feel like you could do anything about it. And I figure if this is supposed to be representative of like fucking otaku circles, right? Like the people who like draw and sell stuff at Comic Can't, right?
Mhm.
It is too hard to pinpoint every individual person because once one guy does a thing, other people start doing a thing, and it kind of goes places to where it's and because most of it is kept in like cash, right? It's not made in like digital stores. There's no way to really trace the money back,
Mhm.
which is why I'm surprised they caught that guy to begin with because that stuff is like usually really really hard to get a handle on. It's the difficulty with people tracing gun sales here in the States off of like fucking gun shows where you don't need a license, and if you pay them cash you just leave with it.
Oh, they still do that. I thought they were trying to make them all pay for.
They're trying to
for cars,
criminalize
but-
it more, but they're trying to make it a bigger deal, like strict down on it, but it's still a thing that happens. And that's what I mean by like when you have people buying stuff in cash, right? It's a lot harder to trace that kind of stuff. And you can only really do that for like maybe likeness rights or maybe like fucking maybe copyright. And even then it's like a whole legal thing.
Yeah, I know. I agree
don't-
with you. You're like never gonna stop it and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
But
just
that's
do it for doing it.
yeah, that's my same thing. I was like, I don't know. I don't know about this bitch. This is a whole complicated mess. And he's just like hates it. And the fact that she said it was a series is what really got him to stop. Is that he was like, hey, yeah, it's this thing I make. He's like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, yeah, it's a really popular franchise. He was like, excuse me? What? He's like, yeah, everybody loves it. Who is everybody? and it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man?
She
It's out
works
there.
hard for her fans.
It's out there. It's out there. Also, there's the fact that she tried to go legit, but she couldn't do it.
Yeah, she keeps saying I can't find any material for regular.
Yeah, she's like, I'm trying to write regular shoujo manga, and I can't do it. I started writing my BL again, and damn, I just went off. And it's like, I don't. I mean, sure, whatever. The argument could be made she could easily probably just switch it to something else, but I think part of it has to do with her being attracted to him that she does it. Because I think you could easily just make it two imaginary people. You could literally just change the names and like the face, and then that would be it.
What is it called again? Keiki-kun?
Shortcake.
Shortcake.
Because his friend's name is Shoma, and she changed the name to Shoto, and his name is Keiki.
Mm-hmm.
So Shoto Keiki, shortcake.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh wow, that's really great. And then he was like, you didn't even change my name. And she goes like, the name works so good though. And I was like, the name does work good. You're doing terrible things, but the name does work good. You can't fault that. A good name's a good name. Speaking of which, let's talk about his friend. Let's talk about his huge lolicon friend.
I like how he had his own. Like usually the lolicon friend never gets anything.
He's just a weirdo. He's just out there.
Or he's just for like comedy stuff. I'm like,
yeah, it's just haha, what a weirdo.
And talking about the girls behind.
Yeah, but instead he does the thing that like happens in fucking in Garage, where you have that one best friend that is always trying to help you.
Mm-hmm.
That's him with fucking Keiki.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, all right, cool. What have we learned? All right, what do you think about this? What are the potentials in this situation? Like the second he finds the underwear, instead of like doing the thing that happens in most manga, keeping it a secret and freaking the fuck out, he immediately goes to Shoma and goes like, all right, look, this just happened. What do I do? And he goes, all right, well, let's consider this. How many girls are in your club? And he's like, well, there's 2, right? And he's like, but you're also close with this person, right? She was there, yes. Also your sister. Not my sister. Why? She's my sister. Fair point. Anyway, and then they like strategize the way this is gonna lay down.
Yeah, limiting all the possibilities.
So solid. I love that. I love that. It's exactly like when you're playing a fucking Garage and your male best friend is always trying to give you opportunities. It's like, oh hey, did you hear this girl's gonna go do a thing? Maybe you should go check it out. It's fucking great. I love that. And he has the whole thing with Otori going on in the background.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
How do you feel about Otori?
She's also a weirdo.
Everybody is. There's not a single person. As a matter of fact, here's a piece of information that you couldn't have gotten from the show. Do you remember at the end of the 12th episode where like he's walking around the school and he's like, oh yeah, nothing's really changed. And then smell fetish chick is like sniffing him as he walks by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you saw those 2 people in front of her?
Yeah, I don't remember what they look like. But...
Okay, there was one with like long red hair and the other girl with like blonde hair and like 2 thinner twin tails.
I guess they're important.
Yes, they're other members of the student council, and then they have a whole thing
with him.
Yeah, well, yes and no. The blonde girl, her name is Airi Nagase, and I forget what happened to her because I haven't really caught up with all the light novels. But something bad happened. Something that was like, I guess she was sexually assaulted, or maybe something terrible, and she hates men, and that's fine. And then she's like Nanjo, where she loves to write porn, except she doesn't write gay porn. Or she does, she writes lesbian porn. And Keiki's like, I wonder if she's a lesbian.
Oh.
And
she
then
likes the student council.
Yeah, she's the treasurer, so she does like all kinds of shit. Yeah,
I mean,
it's mostly
likes,
about the main person.
Oh.
Shiho Takasaki, who's the president. And the president's into him, but okay. So the reason she's into him is because she likes Netorare.
Okay.
So you know what that is, right?
Mhm.
Right. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they
I
have
like
a episode where I guess it was basically Netorare.
not an episode, it's a book, but yeah.
Chapter.
No, it's basically her explaining to him. Oh no, he goes like, I have all these other people who like me. This is kind of weird, and I don't really know. And he's like, no, that's great. That's what I want. And he's like, what? yeah. I like watching them take you from me. He's like, I don't. Oh, I'm not okay with this.
That's so weird.
I mean, it's a thing.
I thought it would be the other way around, but okay.
No. That's what Netorare is.
Huh.
You're misunderstanding Netorare if you think that's not what it is. No,
No.
it's I want to
Oh.
watch the person I love be taken from me.
Oh, okay. So she's just gonna watch two girls.
Yeah, yeah. She's into it. She loves it. Like I forget what it is, but there's the while where he's like hanging out with them. He's like working in the student council for something. I don't remember what. And that's when she starts talking to him about how like all the girls like him, and it's really cool. And I was like, oh, maybe she likes me or something. He's like, I just want you to understand that I'm in a really weird place right now. No, that's great. I love it. I'm all about this. This is what I need to keep me going. And he's like, I don't like this. And when he goes back to the club room, he's like, can we just not? This is not be a thing? I'm like, no. No, what is that, 5 now? 6? 6? I think that's 6. All right. That's where that goes. So yeah, those people are there for a reason.
Uh,
They're not just there.
yeah, I thought it was weird how they just walked past them. And
Well, I
didn't
mean,
do
it-
anything. But I guess they're gonna
I was
show.
gonna say, it's mostly focusing on Fujimoto doing the sniff, since the other two haven't spoken to him at all.
Yeah. I mean, she's okay. She's just another person that likes something weird.
I don't think she's okay.
Yeah, she does the most harassment.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say, do we have to go back to what we talked about? Fucking
Okay, in terms
In-
of this.
Inazuke Kyote, and you were like, Sana is not the most aggressive. And I'm like, excuse me? Because Fujimoto literally took off his pants and was going to pull out his dick while he was passed out in the room.
Sniff, sniff. No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm surprised she didn't want to go to his house and steal his underwear.
Yeah, she doesn't know him like that. She's busy all the time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That she explicitly says, I'm really jealous of the girls who hang out with you because then I could have gone to your house and stolen your underwear. She straight up says that.
Ah,
She says that, I think, like verbatim. It was something to the effect of, maybe we should start dating because then I can go to your house and have an endless amount of your used boxers. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
she also said that she gets too excited, so she doesn't go places.
She couldn't go to the pool because the idea of being near a male locker room like was too much. Also, I wrote down a thing she said because I thought that was amazing. It was lockers are where dreams are stored.
Mm-hmm. She said that.
Yeah, it's all about the strong man smells, and I was like, that's it. Poof, poof.
Leave her alone. She could like whatever smell she likes. As much
Yeah,
as she
yeah,
wants.
that's fine. But the sexual assault part of it's not.
Nah, he said no a lot.
Yeah,
And she
She-
basically like drugged
she was
him.
like, yeah, I was gonna say she drugged him and then took off his pants, and it's only because he woke up that she didn't go any further. She was taking off his boxes while he was passed out. That's why I'm like, I don't know if that's okay. I mean, like, I
That's
don't.
not okay.
Ugh, it's
not okay.
yeah. Ooh, and that's the furthest anyone goes. And that's that she's not even there all the time. So in the few times she's been there, she went fucking hard on it. That's why I was going to I compared it to Sanae because I'm like, I love Hercules. Yes, Hercules is strong. This is cool. But also, Hercules is the most sexually aggressive that it is very clearly sexual harassment, and that's how Fujimoto is.
Yeah.
Fujimoto like has spoken to him 4 times, 5 times as far as the show is concerned, and like the 3rd time, she drugs him in a room and takes off his pants. That's that's not cool.
But
That's
she makes
not
them
cool.
sweet.
I mean, yeah. Well, remember before when I was talking about the manga where the people have fetishes and I kept calling them weird, and you were like, "Is it weird that they have fetishes?" No, the issue is not that they have a fetish.
But she's what they do to the guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's my largest point about like Koga and Fujimoto, that they're both real aggressive in a way that is not okay. Remember the first time Koga confessed to him? She just took off her underwear and jammed it in his mouth.
And suffocated him and made him go to the nursery.
Again, she jammed her underwear down his throat.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And
That's
she's
horrible.
Like, guys must like this, right?
Yeah, you're so into this. You gotta be into this. Also, there's the children's story that's read at the beginning of that episode. That's
the
like,
Decisive King.
oh no. No, the prince thing.
Oh yeah,
The shy
Prince that
princess
got,
and the prince. Yeah.
she locked up the prince, and he was happy.
He was not.
That's what she said.
No, she said
said.
she kept him and abused him until he learned that this was his only joy. So it wasn't that he started happy. I think the whole thing goes. So there's a shy princess and she's uncomfortable and nervous around people. Then a prince comes over to her, is really nice to her, and she goes, I like you. And he goes, I like you too. And she goes, and I like you so much, I can't let you leave. And she trapped him in a dungeon. And he goes, why are you trapping me in a dungeon? This is horrible. I want to go home. And she goes, no, it'll be fine. I'm going to teach you to love me more than you already do. I'm going to keep you here until, what was it? Until knowing me is your only pleasure, or something like that. And he goes, and then she did. And it's like the way that story ends. And that's why I was like, oh, is that supposed to be how Koga read her childhood? I was like, ah, yes, this is the ideal love. Wow.
Yeah.
Wowzers. So yeah. And then that also reveals why Tokihara and Koga have always been pissy against each other.
Because they exact opposite.
They've always known this deep down. That's what she says.
Yeah. She had the first station better.
Yep. Fun fact: Yuika Koga is voiced because before they did the anime, they had drama CDs. You know they do that, right?
No.
You don't know about drama CDs?
No. So.
Oh, okay. I thought when we talked about Watamote, it came up. I feel like it's come up before. Okay, anyway.
I wasn't paying attention to Watamote.
Okay, cool. I forget how uncomfortable it makes you. Anyway, so drama CDs are like sort of exactly what the name implies, is people record vocal lines as if they're acting in a play.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of it.
So it's like character roles.
Yeah, it's like it's regular voice acting, but without the animation, so it's basically a radio play.
It's like the performance, or like, I guess they're real for the character or something.
Yeah, it's just to get a feel for the whole way the thing is going. Radio plays have always been a thing, so really it's not anything new. What was sort of new about it was the fact that it was like specifically about an existing fucking medium. So, for example, they can get really specific, and some of them can get much more broader. Some of them can be like narrative, but some of them can be like weird fucking fetish shit. Which what the joke in Watamote was, is that she would listen to these weird fetish CDs about like yandere guys, where the CD's purpose was to them talking.
Oh
in
yeah, I
second
remember.
person.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So like drama CDs, like that's a thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they
I
had
thought
a
that was some weird porn thing.
No, they're a lot broader. Some of them can be weird and porn, but they're not all. Like it's just the thing that happens. I mean, like, look, man, drawing has always existed, and then at some point, people are like, "What if I drew a dick and it worked?" Like that's just the way the medium continues. Drama CDs exist. You can make porn drama CDs, and now the money comes in. What are you gonna do about it?
It's
right?
Rule 34.
Yeah. Anything that exists can have porn. That's just what that is. Anyway, so yeah, in the drama CD version of this, Ari Ozawa voiced Koga, and I don't know if you remember that name, but that's Chiyo from Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun, and also Poppy from Momosu.
The heartbeat, yeah.
Yeah, Poppy the Harpy. I think that's cool.
She was in Koga.
She was Koga, yeah.
Oh. I don't know why they gave it to Rina.
Oh, the Rina, yeah. No, Rina Hidaka was for the TV show.
Oh, they weren't gonna use the same people.
No, the casting is different.
Ah.
But, like it's a whole thing. Also, for the drama CD version of Shoma, the friend, he's voiced by Atsushi Tamaru. Atsushi Tamaru was in Meganebu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was also in Shomin Sample as the main guy, Kagurazaka.
Who was he in Glasses Club?
He was the guy who sleeps all the time with the like wavy hair and the Wellington glasses.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
The guy with the hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I don't remember his name right now, cause I mean, like all of them had like real fucking fancy names. But yeah, that was the one. Remember, yeah, the brother was like a model and stuff.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, that guy. God, what the fuck is his name? I don't remember. But yeah, that's the thing. I have a question. Which one did you like the most between all of them?
Sister.
The sister?
Mm.
The sister seemed the most genuine.
Mm.
I really like that about her. It was very, like, there were, like, alright, yeah. So Koga gets the thing where she's like, oh, I miss my grandma, and my grandma was like, my grandma was sort of like a maid. So, like, that's, at the end, my grandma would tell me stories about, like, being really attached to people, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why. So that's sort of her explanation for part of why she likes Keiki, right? And why she wants to make him a slave instead of just being her boyfriend. And Tokihara, I don't even fully understand what the dog thing is about. because the dog specific thing keeps coming up.
I
It's
guess
not.
she just really likes dogs and wants to be a dog.
Yeah, okay, cool, whatever. I think it has to do with like being taken care of. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I fully understand that. But that's fine. But then the sister is the most easy to understand.
Hmm.
That and it's like so sincere. And then just the last minute bit of like, also she's an exhibitionist, sort of.
She's awesome. Can you really like
And
her?
it's like,
He was like, no.
yeah. Oh yeah, it was please stop loving me as your sister, start loving me as a woman and go out with me. And he's like, no, not at all. Well, no. Yeah, okay. All right, that's fair. I would say I also really like her. I think the only thing about her thing is I'm amazed that he just completely forgot about meeting her later in life.
No, that was so weird.
Right? Like,
He
it's
just called his
like-
dad. He was like, yo,
Yes.
are we related? He's like, no. And he just hangs up.
No, it was no. Why do you think that? Do you not remember us bringing her home?
Yeah.
And he was like, huh.
And he was like dumbfounded
Yeah, he's like, huh.
the whole day. He was just thinking about it.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, that doesn't make... Because she literally explains to him, like, look, you were born the same year as me, right? Yes. And we are 5 months apart. Doesn't that mean they just really went at it? It was like, that's not
Yeah.
physiologically possible.
Yeah. It takes like 8, 9 months, I forget.
9. It takes 9. What the fuck? 8? What?
I thought some babies come out early.
Yeah, but they're born premature. They're not supposed to come out. That's the thing.
Yeah. So it's supposed to take 9 months.
Yeah, it's 9. And then if you come out earlier, they need, like, medical attention because they can die. They're not supposed to be out.
Yeah.
So he's like, 5 months. What if they just really went at it? And it's like, no, the human gestation period doesn't work like that. It physically cannot. The fuck? And he was like, oof.
Did you just not think about it, I guess?
Yeah, and also, he spoke to her, right? He was capable of speaking as a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's used, like infant language, right? It's not like he used, like, a 3-year-old's language. He said, like, much more complicated words.
Yeah, we didn't remember when they first
So he's like,
met, so.
what was he, like 5, 6? How did you forget that? That wasn't that long ago. You were in high school. It's not like he's in his 40s, and I would buy that he doesn't remember his childhood that well. The idea that someone could so immensely forget such a large portion of the way their family was developed is amazing to me.
Yeah, that was funny.
Fucking mind-blowing. Holy shit.
How did he not
Yeah, and
piece
it was
those
just,
together?
oh my god, it's like, no, it's not that he didn't piece it together, it's that he completely forgot about that moment entirely.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
why-
not,
I guess he like got so focused on taking care of her as a sister.
I,
that maybe he actually thought she was.
but his parents exist. That's what I mean. It's not like he's only been taking care of her. And even then, if he'd only been taking care of her, he would still think that he remembers. It's like, yeah, because there was a time where no one took care of her, so I have to be there, right?
Yeah.
That's not what he thinks at all, though. He's like, oh yeah, it's my little sister. Okay, cool. And it's like, you don't remember that time where you had to tell her she was your sister now?
Yeah.
That's such a big thing, like a big serious
And
moment.
then he was sad about it.
I'm just saying, the fact that he forgot about it, and then she goes like, yeah, we're not, like, physically related, and he goes like, oh no. Oh, that doesn't make, oh no. Oh. And he just spends the whole day fucking broken up about it. After calling his dad and going, hey, is my sister my sister? How do you not remember when we brought her in? Are you seriously asking me that? Okay. And then he hangs up. And he was like, all right, so because I'm not going to date you because you're my sister, I'm going to do the only rational thing. What's that? And it shows a dog running away from its owner.
Yeah.
As if to just tell you what's happening.
I thought he said, I'm gonna leave the house.
No, that's what I mean. You see the dog running from its owner, and then he says, I'm leaving the house.
Mm-hmm.
As if to say this is literally what's happening.
Yeah, that's a weird transition.
Yeah, it's the dog running away. It's like, I'm leaving!
You remember
great.
when his grandfather told him how to get a
Yeah,
dog away from you?
how to get the dog to calm down. It's not how to get the dog away from you, it's how to get the dog to calm down. It's like, the dog is too hyped up. You gotta do this, and that way she'll calm down. It's like, alright, I understand. and this is the semi-transparent version of his grandfather and the dog.
Yeah.
It's not just his grandpa and the dog. Like the dog is also like, you've learned well.
You won this victory in this battle.
You've won this battle. The war is yet to come. Thank you, dog. Thank you, dog, for teaching me how to handle dogs. I also do love the part where fucking Koga makes him wear the bunny girl outfit. And then, like, he goes, I have to explain things to my sister. And he didn't change?
Yeah, that was weird.
He was still wearing it?
But the sister wasn't concerned about him wearing it. She was concerned about her being on top of him.
No, she said that. She mentioned it. Why didn't you change?
Oh, she did?
Yeah, because he goes, like, you have to understand, I'm not weird. You can't say that while wearing those clothes. Why didn't you dress? Why didn't you change? And he goes, like, this is much more important than that. I was like, I don't think it is. If you're going to be, like, real hard about this, you should maybe consider the entirety of the situation. It's amazing.
But she seems to not really, like, scold him or anything.
No, I think it's one of those things where you're just like, oh, I love them, I'll accept them as they are. See, he's not about that, though, because she has that picture on her phone of her, like, half naked while he's asleep, taking a picture with him in frame.
That's literally the thing that happened in, what's it called? The one with the swordsman.
The one with the what?
And the girl that, like, harassed him. Machiavellianism?
Oh, Shoujo Busan no Machiavellianism?
Yeah.
Did that happen? Oh,
Yeah.
no, but she faked it. Because he wasn't asleep, she just took it. Whereas the other one, he was just there, like they're just living together.
Yeah.
With Busou Shoujo, she broke into his room because they live in a dorm room. There's like much more crime involved there. You had to do a break-in and entering, and then have another person take the picture for you, and then make sure that like everything is clear, so that then you can say, "See, we fucked." Whereas her, it's just, "Oh, look what I'm doing while he's asleep," and it's like that's terrible. You're like across the hall. So I mean, really, oh no, there's a bunch of her like in the stairs, right? I think the background was like stairs. I'm not sure. I saw like a handrail, and I was like, "Is that at school? Where are you doing this?" I understand the point is to be outside, but I don't know. I would understand her brother being concerned about the fact that this is happening.
She also, the first time he like sees her naked in the bathroom, it was like a full 30 seconds.
I don't know.
She had any reaction.
I don't know if it's a full 30, but yeah, it's a long time. It's a long time. Honestly, I think she wouldn't have minded. I think if anything, she just does it to like make him feel better. Cause I don't think an exhibitionist could feel bad about that if it's the person they like. Know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was like, it was a long time. I know it was more than 10 seconds. I counted.
I know I'm saying it was more than 10. I don't know if it was 30 though.
I counted. It was like 30.
Is it?
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh. Okay.
Speaking 30 seconds back and forth, looking at each other.
Okay, yeah, back and forth. I thought you meant 30 focused on her.
No.
That's what I was like. I don't know if that's true. It was really long. The whole exchange was maybe 30, but like not just sitting on her. Speaking of people who like to take pictures of others while they're not noticing, can we go back to Otori real quick?
Okay.
So, stalker, right?
Mhm.
Voyeuristic stalker, yes?
He's also soccer.
No, he's a lolicon.
But he went back to. Actually, no, he's not soccer.
No, he's just a lolicon.
Okay.
So he's a stalker, right?
Mhm.
He goes, I met this girl here. I want to see her again. Oh, I never saw her again. Well, I guess that's that. She proceeds to follow him for however many years, taking pictures, making posters, making cards.
So many pictures.
So many pictures.
Oh, and the DVDs.
The DVDs that are recorded, that are recordings of him. The diary that is his day-to-day schedule in intervals of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I have a question. Would you feel comfortable having your friend date someone like that?
Yeah.
You would?
I would. Because I don't care.
I wouldn't, because my thing would be, I don't know if this is the best idea for you.
What do you mean?
Like,
he likes her, though.
He's attracted to her physically, and I think he's like... Okay, so yeah, here's the thing. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't think this is a healthy relationship.
No, it's
And
not.
therefore, I'm not okay with it. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean,
No, that's it.
but wouldn't
That's,
that be
that's,
like if you want to have a relationship with someone that isn't healthy? Like I wouldn't stop you either.
no, I would tell you. I would say this is bad for you. I'm not going to stop you because I can't, but I'm going to tell you this is bad. It's like if I'm watching someone have a drug problem and they're my friend, I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it repeatedly. I don't think this is good. I think this is bad. I think you should get help. But again, like I said before, I don't think me saying anything will change anything because you have to recognize there's a problem.
Yeah. So I think I would tell them.
That's what I mean. I would say something. I'm not saying I could do anything about it.
But he seems okay with it because he's like picking up.
He's
the
not
posters.
okay with it though. Shoma repeatedly talks about how it makes him uncomfortable. He's just like, she's so hot though because she's compact, and I'm like, that's not a good reason. That's not a good reason.
When they're like pulling down the projector, and you see like the hidden layers of pictures.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. We find out about the DVDs and the Notebook when he's talking about it, like
Yeah.
depressed. He's not happy about it, because that's like he and fucking Keiki have the moment where they're like on opposite floors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting there, he's like, man, I'm really jealous of you, Shoma. You got that cute girl and
Which
all that
is
stuff.
not a good way to talk to your friend about.
Not,
girls.
it's not. Why the fuck are you gonna be across two floors so you easily stand next to each other? It's like you're basically like having to call over or hope it's quiet enough to be able to speak normally. It's stupid. It's the yelling across the bar method
Exactly.
of communication. It's stupid. But yeah. So like he goes like, man, I'm so jealous of you, Shoma. Like you got that cute girl and everything's going great and she's your type. And he goes like, yeah, let me tell you something, dude. I went to her house and found some stuff that made me like afraid. That's it. That's how he talks about it. He talks about it as just like, I'm not okay with this. And then Keiki goes like, you got it rough too. Yeah, we both got it rough.
So yeah, I would be okay as long as he's aware of what he's getting into,
Yeah.
and he is. So yeah, that's why I said I would be okay with it.
Okay. No, I'm just saying like the idea of him having to sort of get them together. I don't know if I'd be cool with that. Like
And he went
knowing
really hard.
he even says it, right? Like I think he says it to himself. He's like, is it okay for me to be allowing this relationship to start? I don't think it is. And I'd be like, yeah, it's not. It's not good for you to facilitate this unhealthy relationship between the lolicon and the stalker.
But I mean, he's already messed up. So who else is he gonna find, to be honest?
I guess that's true. That's why he turns her down, right? And he's like, I'm a lolicon. What do you want?
Just
But
because she's
I
a
just-
year older. But everything else is fine with him.
Yeah. What is it? He's like, I love how small she is. I like that she's compact. I like that she's lightweight or some weird shit like that.
I think he said compact a lot.
Okay. I remember him using like 3 different ways to say small. And then Keiki was like, why do you say the same thing with different words? Why? I was like, okay, that's fine. And-
Are we missing anybody?
I mean, is there anything else you want to say? Because I don't really feel weird about
I thought
Masochist-
it could be the teacher. Because
Oh,
I
you
thought it'd
thought-
be too obvious to be the
Whoa.
sister.
that would have been fun, right? But she never really does anything.
No, she just checks
She
up
just
on him.
kind of, yeah, she's like, walks in the room, goes like, are you guys still here? Okay, cool. That's kind of it.
But I thought she would be like, oh, she's a weirdo because she likes a student or something.
Or she's into young men. Specifically, like she's a shotakon, or like an ephebophile. Because shotakon still means little boy. But he's like 15, so that's not really the same thing. It's still illegal, though. So ephebophile.
Is the manga over? Because I'm pretty sure it'll be
A
easy
light
to
novel,
use her.
it's not over.
Yeah, it'd be pretty easy to like throw her in there.
Well, right now we're at we're with the Netorare girl, the girl who likes Yuri, and yeah, like that's a thing right now.
Yeah.
Which I really do love the Netorare girl's thing, because she will actively get him together with other girls and then just stand to the side and go like, look at the way they abuse him, and it's like this is a different kind of uncomfortable.
It's just on the side.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is a completely different kind of uncomfortable.
But they're okay with being on the side.
She loves being on the side. That's what It's like Mero. Remember Mero? Mero's like, oh, I want it to be tragic. If it's not tragic, it's not doing it for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, that. It's like that.
But she hangs out with him.
Well, she doesn't really at first. She gets to know him better, then finds out about that, and it's like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. And you do the thing for the sniff girl. That's great. That's great. And sniff girl still every once in a while goes like, hey, by the way, do you have any used boxers you're not using? And he's like, no, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it has like gone back to more sexual assault since then, since I don't really remember much.
I think he literally said in the anime, I want to call the police.
Yeah, it's like, police, this is the person you need to take. Well, I mean, he says it like, police, this is the culprit, as if to say, like, I've called them and I need them to take you to jail. Man, I can't get over that, like, the part where she's like, I fell asleep first. But it's fine, because I got to where I wanted to go. He's like, no, get the fuck off me. I'm putting my pants back on, you fucking monster. Oh boy, that was nuts. This sets up mood lighting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just to do the sniff. It's weird. It's really weird. See? That's what I mean by they're weird. You liking smell? Not weird. You sexually assaulting a man? You're a weirdo. You're a criminal. Terrible. And I love every part of it.
Who do you think is the most tame? The sister?
Yeah, I think the sister's the closest one to being, like, palatable. Because the sister's thing is just, I like to take pictures of myself naked in public, making sure no one sees me. It's the idea of getting caught for exhibitionism. It's not about actually being caught.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not that bad. And the way she explains why she likes him is like something I can buy. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And she hasn't even done anything. She's kissed him twice, right? You compare that to I jammed my underwear down your throat, or I was about to smell his dick. It's really not that bad. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I would say the biggest hurdle is him getting over the fact that that's his sister. But it also seems pretty clear that he was kind of getting over it.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, what? Yeah,
it's not actually related.
Yeah, I guess like, oh, why is my heart beating for my sister? And it's like, because you kind of want to fuck her? What do you mean? What do you mean? The second you found out it's not technically illegal, you're like, to be fair, she is cute. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, and I guess Masochist Girl isn't the worst, but that's not like a huge bar, you know?
She still wants things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the bar is not very high, because of the amount of sexual assault and the very, very creepy stalker girl. The bar is not very high. So yeah, I mean, the sister's the most palatable, and then after that, I would say Masochist Girl. Because mind you, there was that time where he was just like, she was just ignoring him and saying like, oh, I gotta be patient or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, are we not doing neglect play? And he's like, excuse me? What the fuck is that? And then she like goes into a whole thing about how she thought they were doing a neglect play thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, you could probably just do that sometimes and just not deal with her.
Or just tell her to like go over there.
Yeah, as opposed to dress as a butler. Let's go. Or stand still so I can sniff you real deeply. Like I mean, so many times.
Like whenever you see her, you just know she's gonna sniff him.
Yeah, that's what she does. If anything, I think he's got to be a real hero for not like just going to the cops.
Yeah, because that's terrifying.
That's scary, dude. I have lived that experience. It is scary. It sends a shiver down your spine in a way that like horror movies are supposed to.
Oh, that sucks.
You remember? Yeah, I told you about that. Remember?
You told me about a stalker person, not a sniff person.
No. I'm talking about the one that legitimately happened in front of some of our friends. Oh, I'll omit some names. So I was hanging out with friends, and there was this girl who was really into me, and I was like not into her, and I was like, I thought I made it very clear I wasn't into her, but hey, I don't know. I guess I'm still a sucker for the guitar, so whatever. Oh yeah, she had a guitar, so that, you know, that's really all you need for me to pay attention. You got a guitar, I'm gonna be there. I'm probably not gonna look at you at all. I'm probably just gonna play guitar. I mean, that's a thing.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying it's a thing, though.
Okay.
I guess you could say it's like trapping an animal, right? You put food, except for me, you put a guitar. Okay. Maybe that's where that's getting to. But yeah. So anyway, one day we're like hanging out and eating lunch. I remember you weren't there because I was hanging out with some of our other friends, mutual friends. And then, just while I'm sitting there playing cards, I feel arms go around my shoulder, and a face goes into. I have really long hair, and sometimes I put it in a ponytail. I had my hair in a ponytail, and just feel arms go around my shoulders, and a face go into my hair in my ponytail, and just hear a deep whiff, just. You smell nice in my ear as a whisper, and it fucking terrified me. Horrible, horrifying. I wanted to run away, and what made it me more indignant is that one of my friends just laughed out of shock. Cause really, what do you say to that?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Instead, I was like, what the fuck? And everyone else was like, holy shit, did that just happen? And that happened. And then fortunately for me, she left like 10 minutes later because I told a friend, please get her the fuck away from me. And he did. A hero of a friend. Hero of a friend. So yeah, that was terrible. That's what I mean by that. No, I'm very familiar with the feeling that comes with it when it just happens and you didn't do anything about it. It is scary. This is scary, scary, scary. Oof.
So,
Not good.
Yeah. I guess don't take advice from this manga if you're a weirdo.
I mean, I admire him for not going to the police. I will repeat that again because, hell yeah, hell yeah. You just gotta go to the police and go, hey, this girl at my school drugged me and took off my pants. And when I woke up, I ran away. She's going to jail.
Yeah.
I believe that's the stance we took many a time. Sexual assault is terrible.
Well, actually, I don't think you go to jail for it. In America you do, but I'm not sure in Japan.
I don't know the exact details of sexual harassment laws.
In New York you definitely do. But I don't know about other places.
Yeah, yeah, that's not a thing I know. But you know, still tell the police. Yikes. Yikes. You know what, that does remind me of something. Fucking recently people were talking about the Uber drivers being sexually assaulted.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, I didn't know that was a thing. I feel terrible. And it's like, cause like 20% of Uber drivers are women, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. That makes sense now, cause then you're like the only other person in the car. Yikes. Yikes.
Well, the guys probably got assaulted too.
I mean, yeah, no. But I'm just saying, like on a pure numbers game, I didn't realize that. And it's like, you know how like, cause Uber cars are just your car.
Mhm.
That's the thing, cause cabs have partitions. Cabs have "don't fucking touch me" built into them.
And then the glass windows and stuff.
Yeah, there, the partition. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The little dividing window.
Oh, I thought you meant like something associated with the job. Like the,
No,
like
no, I'm talking about the physical thing that
Yeah.
that's a legal requirement. You have to put that in a cab.
Yeah.
Because cab drivers used to get murdered all the fucking time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was a big concern because it was, you know, places were like New York was really shitty in the 70s.
They were just killing cab drivers?
Well, no, it would be like a thing. It would just be like you try to steal the cab and shit.
They were held at gunpoint. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that.
No, but that's what I mean. You try to steal it, and then if they don't, you just kill them.
That's what they keep doing. Like
You go in
keep
behind.
driving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could just go in behind and tell them to get the fuck out, because they'll think you're picking up a fare, and then it turns out, oh no, I picked up a wanted criminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what the partition is there for. It's so you at least have a chance to get the fuck out. That's like a thing.
But now Uber's just
It's just your car, so I mean, you know, your car is your car. You don't have to do anything about it.
But you could report the person.
I mean, yeah, no, totally. But the fact that like, because you can't really predict who you get,
Yeah, it's
right?
always scary.
it's really tough. I heard about like some Uber drivers being shitty, and then I guess I never heard about the other side of that, which I guess makes sense, doesn't it? When you really think about it.
Yeah.
You're in a car with one other person, and then that's it.
Or like you'll be behind the couple or whatever. And well, I guess it's not too bad. Unless when they start trying to have like sex in the Uber car. Then that's harassment too.
Is it?
Yes. If you're like around unwanted sex, period. Anything sexual is harassment.
No, I mean, I wouldn't think of it as like, oh no, I would think of it as get the fuck out of my car. Less so than, oh god, I'm uncomfortable. You know what I mean? To me, it's more like, you're not supposed to do that, that's gross. As opposed to, I'm uncomfortable and afraid, which is what I think of when I think of sexual harassment.
No, it's just anything that's unwanted. It doesn't have to make you afraid or uncomfortable. It's just
It
like,
does by default, I think.
I thought it was just like, oh no, I don't want that.
That yeah, to me that's uncomfortable and like
Yeah,
nervous.
it's in the back
I
of
don't
his
know.
car.
To me, those
So
are like
that's
put together. Uncomfortable and fear go hand in hand for me.
Yeah.
I can't just not like something. The reason I don't like it is because there's something else to it that makes me nervous. That's the thing I think. Like that, like I said, right? Like I just told that ponytail thing, the story. Like I was afraid. That's the feeling I got. It wasn't just ew, get off me. It was, good God, what is this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not like it's happening to you. Then it wouldn't really
Yeah.
matter.
No, that's what I mean. So I can view it as like inappropriate and get the fuck out of my car. But I didn't think about it like that. Because then by that logic, people making out on a train is sexual harassment. Because they're like doing it in front of people that they shouldn't be. Whereas I just think of it as socially inappropriate. I think that's a different thing. I think what is that? Like lewd conduct? Like you could be arrested for that? I think that's a different thing. Yeah. I think that's a different thing. That's what I'm thinking of. Like people who have, like, we live in New York. So people who fuck on the train, right? Like that's a different thing. That's not sexual harassment. That's like lewd acts or lewd conduct or something. Yeah. I think that's a second different thing.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I think. Fucking I really do think that's a separate thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer or anything.
I heard it was somewhere like around the same lines, like lewd
Yeah,
conduct
because they
and
have to
sexual
do with.
harassment.
Oh, are they? I don't know. That's the thing. Is because I swear that it's like the distinction between manslaughter and murder is intention, right? Like
Yeah.
manslaughter is you killed the person but didn't mean to, and murder is you killed the person planning it. Like I think the distinction is the effect it has on the person. So like I think just having weird exhibitionist sex doesn't count as sexual harassment, but it is a form of illegal behavior that is I don't know if it's
Like
lascivious.
unwanted.
I don't know what the word is. No, I know. I mean, there's like a word for it. I think. I don't know if it's like lascivious or sexual misconduct. I don't know what it is, but it's the thing that's like the smaller version of actual bad thing. That's what I mean. Like it's degrees of relation. Because I know sexual assault is physical contact that has without a person's consent. Like that's what it is. Like physical contact. Period. Is when you touch somebody in a sexual manner that without their consent. And then I think the smaller version of that is sexual misconduct because I'm not sure. I don't know all the stuff.
Well,
Like,
you're not
I
a
really
lawyer,
don't.
so.
That's what I said. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But I feel like that one is a different thing. I can understand throwing the fuck out of your car, but I feel like that's technically a different thing. Like people who have sex in a park and then get arrested for it. Like I think that's a different thing. And I only say that because we have that problem in this fucking city. people are randomly having sex in front of others for no fucking reason. I don't know what train it was, but it was in the news the other day where they were like, "Hey, so some people were fucking on this train while the train was full." And
Yeah,
it's like,
I saw it.
Oh God, what the fuck? What was it like? It was one of the I think it was like one of the number trains, right?
I thought it was like the T.
Was it?
Or
Was
the
it the
E.
D? Oh, okay. I thought it was one of the number trains because it's one of the ones that mostly go to the city and like the outer edges.
We could be talking about two different things.
Could be talking about two different things.
But
Gotta love New York City. The city's so nice they named it twice. Filled with fucking degenerates. Wow, I feel like we went on a tangent there.
it's an important tangent.
I think it's important to distinguish these things. I think it's important to tell people that's bad.
Yeah, in case someone's listening, they should know it's bad.
I mean, I think that wasn't the description you wrote for fucking Speedgrapher. Rape is bad.
Yeah.
Because I just really wanted to emphasize the fact that she raped him, and no recompense, no thing. Well, oh, the thing is you didn't get the guy you raped to fall in love with you. Woohoo! You fucking rapist. Like, good fucking God. And this guy has to be a saint for not sending any of those people to jail. What a hero.
He was really nice to them before they got all really weird.
Before they got all really sexual assaulty, yeah. Oh, what a hero. I love this guy. Alright, time for food.
Do you think it's like Inazuki Kyote, like a wedding cake?
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I would say the only distinction between Inazuka Kyote and this is that in Inazuka Kyote, they're explicitly going to get married, and in this, they're not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so for the lesser version of the lesser version of wedding cake, here's one: Swiss roll cake.
What's that?
Okay, so it's a cake that's made like in a roll. Like you ever seen a ding dong? Like ho hos?
A what?
Ho hos, ding dong. They're the fucking Drake snack food thing. People sell chocolate rolls all the time. I'm going to send you a picture right now.
I think so.
Hold on.
Is it in like a white box or something?
Yeah, like usually.
Oh, I was thinking of Hostess.
The little snack
Yeah.
ones. But even then, like the Swiss roll as an idea. Look at it.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Right. Okay, so Swiss roll cakes are commonly used in Christmas in Japan. And Christmas is the day you spend with your girlfriend. Huh?
Okay.
Swiss roll cake. Okay, but should we specify a kind of Swiss roll cake or Swiss roll cake in general?
Is that normal to have a Swiss roll cake?
What?
What would be
Is
like
it-
the uncommon Swiss roll cake?
Anti-Swiss roll cake?
Or like a weird one? Because this show is definitely not the normal.
I don't. That's a good question. I guess I'm not sure. The ones that I think of are the chocolate ones, because I usually see the vanilla ones. Like if we're talking about the cake itself, I'm not talking about like the way you see Swiss rolls. Period. When you see like the little fucking Swiss rolls, the little Debbie ones, those are like always chocolate, but that's just because chocolate's sweeter.
Mhm.
Okay, so would you say this is a sweeter Swiss roll cake? Because we're like going with Inazuka Kyote as the basis, right?
Mhm.
So it should be a chocolate Swiss roll cake, no?
I think maybe like a dark chocolate. It is a little bitter because he doesn't
what
really like
context?
them.
Okay, I mean, Okay, he doesn't really like them. Yes, but counterpoint, he does seem to kind of like them, which is my weirder thing about it. Is that he doesn't like that they're weird fetishists, but he doesn't hate them as people. That's my thing about his relationship to everybody. Because if you're gonna talk about like the way he looks at Koga, right? Like remember when he's in Koga's room, and they're like having the whole thing after he's being her butler, and he looks like genuinely touched by the way that she explains why she loves him.
Mhm.
And he's like so into it, and then he remembers, oh yeah, but she wants me to be a slave. And he's into his sister, and then she goes, I'm an exhibitionist, and then he's out. Like he taps out because of the fetish, not because of the person. So I guess that's what I'm
That's
debating.
just a
here.
little bitter.
Yeah. Well, no, because dark chocolate is pretty bitter. Are we gonna have to do the gradual thing again, where we're like, oh, 90% cacao sit, like? Because I feel like just regular chocolate is fine. Because chocolate isn't necessarily milk chocolate, right? Those are two different things.
And milk chocolate's too sweet.
Milk chocolate's way too sweet for this shit.
Is there like a pistachio?
Do we have to start looking up variations of Swiss roll cakes?
I guess so.
Okay, how about the Bouche de Noël?
What's in that?
Okay, so it's a Swiss roll cake, but it has sweet coffee filling. So it's coffee, so it's kind of bitter, and it brings out more of the flavor of the chocolate as a result.
That works. That's probably not even common.
And it's a Christmas thing explicitly. Noel is Christmas.
Alright.
All right. So Hensuki is a Bouche de Noël. There we go. Got it. Did it.
How do you spell that?
It's super fucking Belgium. So Buche, then DE, then Noel. But like it's the E with the umlaut. So I'm not even pronouncing that right. I think it's like the dots, yeah. And the U in Bu has like a little caret mark. So I think that implies you're supposed to pull it up. I'm not sure. I don't speak fucking Belgian French. So I know regular French, but I don't know Belgian French. I know it's different. You know, just like Canadian French is different from France French.
Mm.
Okay, so everybody shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
It's time for the news.
So,
I have a thing. I guess I'll go first on this one.
okay.
Are you familiar with the rapper Juice WRLD?
No.
Okay, he's a young guy. His song "Lucid Dreams" is very famous, very popular. People use it a lot. And I like a lot of his stuff because it was what people are nowadays are calling emo rap or sad boy rap, you know. And I remember I remember having explained before. It's like, oh, that's not any different. Like people have always been sad. It's just a different kind of expression of sad, right?
Mhm.
And I really like a lot of his stuff. He died today.
Really? How old is he?
He had a seizure. He was 21. He was younger than us.
Oh wow,
By not by much either.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, he had a seizure at an airport and they couldn't get to him in time. Or they couldn't like get him to, help in time. So, yeah. He was getting on the plane, getting really hype. He was like joking with his friends and then, fucking that's it. So yeah. Yeah. It's terrible. Really sad. Like wow, this just sucked, right? It sucks.
He's just doing his thing, and then damn.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing, and then that's that thing I say all the time where I'm like death just comes. You can never like plan for it. It just happens, It's fucking terrifying, man. You're just hanging out with your friends, goofing off and shit, and then boom, you're out. And yeah, he's done songs with people and he's done songs on his solo stuff. He's got a major label in 2018. And people really know him for Lucid Dreams, but he also. Do you remember that guy who that rapper XXX Tentacion?
Mhm.
Right? Remember when he died? And people were like, "Oh man, really sad." And people were like, "He was also kind of a dick," and they're like, now I feel weird about it, right?
Mhm.
Right. So he wrote a song in memoriam of him and another guy who died, a SoundCloud guy, Little Peep. He was like, he thought they were like really good friends and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna miss those guys. They're like really cool. And he had like a line of the song that was like, have you heard of the phrase 27 Club?
No.
Okay, so it's a thing in music. A lot of really famous musicians die at the age of 27. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. Like a lot of people have died at the age of 27.
Mhm.
So they called it the 27 Club, where it's like all the really, really amazing musicians die at 27 because they're just not meant for this world. Or like, it's just a thing, People don't really mean it, but it's a thing people say. So in the song that he wrote about Little Peep at Triple X XXX Tentacion, he literally says, "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21," and he was 21, and I'm like, oh, that song gets a lot sadder in hindsight. Yikes.
If they just say 21 Club, that's just.
Yeah, that's sad, man. He says that shit as like, haha, isn't that shit crazy, man? And then like he died at 21, and I was like, oh boy. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like
In
before
the airport?
No, on the plane.
Oh, on the plane. Oh, okay.
Yeah, from what I understand, on the plane.
Because it was a seizure on the airport. I think they could have gotten help quicker, but.
Well, like I said, the thing I saw was of him hanging out on the plane with his friends and going like, "Hey, yeah, it's all cool." And they're like, and that's the last footage of him before, And I'm like, wow. So I guess like maybe everybody went to sleep. I had a friend who had seizure episodes like that. He would like go to sleep, and then like I remember one time I stayed over at his place and he had the attack like right there. And me and my other friend were there like helping him out, like trying to like make sure he wouldn't seize up too hard, trying to see if we could do anything about it. And after a while, it passed, and he was like a little bit better. And we're like, "Shit, man, I don't know what that was, but how do you feel? Do you want to do something? What do you, I remember since I couldn't really do anything about the seizure part of it, besides making sure he didn't like fucking flip, right?
Yeah, let's make sure they're.
What I ended up doing was, when he was fine, I made him breakfast, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, here you go." I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what you want me to say. We should go to a hospital or something. And he's like, yeah, I'll go to the hospital. And then he did that, and then I went home to like my family. But like, I mean, look, man, when that shit happens, that just happens, right?
Yeah.
Scary.
You just
Scary.
You just have to let them go through it too.
Yeah. So there you go. His world is dead. That's really sad. I heard about this like a few hours ago. It's just like, oh, holy shit, wow, okay, oof. All right. What's your news thing?
I was gonna say the Mortal Kombat characters.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, they've been announced all the DLC for Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So like, is it more guest characters or is it like just actual stuff again?
No, they're moving to Marvel.
So it's still guest
mean,
characters, but now it's
DC.
Marvel.
DC.
Oh, okay.
They have
So it's still
Joker
guest characters, but now
and
it's
Spawn.
DC. That makes Spawn.
Yeah.
That's not the name I was expecting to come next. I was expecting Batman or Superman. That you just fucking said Spawn.
They picked Spawn.
What the fuck? Is it 11 or is it
Yeah,
12?
it's 11.
Okay, we haven't moved to 12 yet, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Just didn't they just do the Terminator?
They just did Sindel.
Oh, they did Sindel.
Sindel, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Terminator.
I didn't. I heard about the Terminator like a week or two ago. People were like, oh, look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. I was like, what? And now it's Spawn.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, Spawn. Everybody loves Spawn. I mean, do they?
No.
I know Japan loves Spawn. I don't know if America loves Spawn. Do people even remember what Spawn is?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
I remember Joker.
I mean, yeah, but that's hard not to remember because he's been on dozens of things. Spawn had one movie and a bunch of comic books, and he was in Soul Calibur 2, and that's it. I can't think of anything else where Spawn was just there. I mean, maybe he did crossover comics without like regular stuff. I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Fuck, that's weird.
Yeah, this is weird choices.
Yeah, Spawn.
Joker makes sense. Terminator.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
Nose.
What's that about? Death? Is that it? Is it just I killed
think
things?
it's because Warner Bros. Helped made Mortal Kombat.
Oh, so then they could license it a lot easier. Oh, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, I buy Joker because of Injustice, right? Like NetherRealm has worked on Injustice. It's not the first time they've worked. Yeah, it's not the first time they worked with that license. But Spawn, fucking what?
Maybe he's having a movie soon.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe Ed Boon just likes Spawn. And it's like, who can we get? Holy shit, we can get Spawn! And everyone's like, who? And he's like, oh my god, you guys, it's Spawn!
Everyone has to be in on Spawn.
Yeah, it would strike me as the thing that makes sense, because Ed Boon loves Scorpion, and Scorpion is basically Spawn. Do you know what Spawn is, even?
Does he come from, like, the other...
He comes from hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's just Scorpion. Okay.
Yeah,
Does he breathe fire?
He's basically, yeah, he has chains and he can do fire magic. That's powered by necroplasm. Like, it's all that kind of like fucking stupid like 90s edgelord shit. Oh, big demon Malboja has torn the soul of sun, like shit like that. So like, it makes sense to me that Ed Boon would love Spawn, considering he made like fucking Scorpion and he loves Scorpion so fucking much.
So put 2 Scorpions in the game.
Yeah, now there's a double Scorpion.
No one plays Scorpion.
Like tournament?
Yeah, no one plays Scorpion.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Somehow, I'm not shocked.
And it's not even Scorpion. It's the guy who wants to find Scorpion.
Wait, what?
And remember what I was saying? It's just another guy that has like.
Oh right, it's not Hanzo, but it is Scorpion.
Yeah.
Because Hanzo was the actual Scorpion, but now, yeah. God damn it. I forgot that. You know what? I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is that with Scorpion? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Really, like at all. Cause I mean, okay, so isn't the story of MK11 like time magic shit, where like people fight alternate versions of themselves and stuff, right?
Yeah, from the place where Katana's from.
From Outworld?
Some place in hell or something.
No, because she's not from hell. She's from Eternia, I think.
Eternia, yeah.
I fucking hate Mortal Kombat lore.
But they have
so
other versions of themselves from Eternia.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if they're from Eternia. I thought they were from another dimension or whatever. Like, another timeline, because the time god, can change whatever the fuck I want.
I thought Liu Kang was changing because he, like, kissed Katana.
Oh, is that what that was? I don't know if that's what that was.
And he, like, changed the dimension because you're not supposed to go together. So that's why the alternate version of the dimensions are fighting them.
Oh my god. Is that what that was? I could swear it was that he was resentful that Raiden killed him the second time.
Maybe, I don't know.
Whatever. Fuck it.
She brought him back.
I know there's a Scorpion from the past, but that's what happens. I didn't know that it's not Scorpion. Fuck. God fucking damn it. Okay, fine. So they got Scorpion and then Scorpion 2, Electric Boogaloo with Spawn. Okay, and Joker. Fine, I buy Joker. I don't know what Spawn and the Terminator are about.
Nightwolf and Shang.
Nightwolf?
Yeah.
I know Shang Tsung. I heard about Shang Tsung. Because Shang Tsung doesn't do the random transformation thing, right?
No.
Because they have to make him... Yeah, they have to make him tournament regular. Because Shang Tsung's thing is that he transforms into other people. So, and he looks like the movie Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cary Hiroyuki? Was that his name? I don't remember. I think that's it. I think that's his name. I do not remember. It has been a very long time since I've seen that movie. All I remember from that movie is that time Sub-Zero takes 40 minutes to like charge up an ice ball. Yeah, that's what happens in the movie. Like, you know how like he just does the freeze ball normally because he's a cryomancer? Like that's the thing, a basic Lin Kuei bitch move, right? Right. This guy. So in the movie, like, they do the game of death where you go to an island for fucking Mortal Kombat, blah, do the thing tournament, right? And then they go, okay, Sub-Zero, go kill Liu Kang before your actual match. What? Yeah, go do it. All right, fine. And then he goes to go fight him, and then like Sub-Zero like does one ice ball, and he goes like, and he dodges it, and then he sees it freeze, and he goes like, oh fuck, that's what that does. Okay, and then he's doing it again, and he just takes forever to charge it up, and then he remembers something that I think it was Kitana told him, and he goes like, water, and then he grabs a bucket of water and throws the bucket of water at Sub-Zero, and then when he throws the ice ball out, the water comes back at him frozen and stabs him to death.
He has that long to think about it.
Yeah, he has that long to think about it. He has like a full. That's why like hyperbole, 40 minutes, but like I think it was actually like 12 minutes of like just, oh, what do I do? What did Katana tell me? Oh yeah, okay, wait, then what does that mean? Water. Yeah, and then he goes to fucking find water. So stupid.
He has time to find order.
Yeah, in a bucket, and then throw it at fucking Scorpion. At the same time he throws the ice ball. Oh man, this is so stupid. I love it. I also heard they were gonna put the guy from Evil Dead in there, Ash, right?
Yeah, I don't see him though.
Okay. Maybe I'll. Nah. All right. I'm interested because I really like Evil Dead, even if it is. Because if they put in Evil Dead, then now they're saying, yeah, fuck it, Mortal Kombat's goofy. Because Evil Dead is the dumbest version of horror thing.
They said Shiva and Fujin, but.
Shiva and Fujin? Wait. I don't know. I guess I was just thinking about the other timeline with like Fujin being. Oh no, but I guess yeah. All right, no, Fujin exists. All right, no, I remember like in the other games, Fujin was like a big deal, and like he's still a wind god, I guess. So like that didn't change, but I guess maybe he's not as big of a deal. I don't know. I'm
not sure what the lore is. I think it's like not consistent at all, or
Mortal
just like bring up
Kombat
people
was-
that died.
Yeah, as I say, Mortal Kombat was so inconsistent they needed to give up on everything and restart. So yeah, fine. I wonder what Shiva's doing now, because Shiva's thing was that she's from the old version of the Shokan. Remember Goro?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Arms.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. And then they hate the Centaur people, and that's Motaro in them. And it's like Shiva used to work for Sindel directly or something, I think. And then like Goro, and then Kintaro was from the subspecies of Shokan because he was a tiger man. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, that's a thing. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck it means now. What with the amount of things that have changed, when you use time magic, who fucking cares anymore, right? You could just make anything up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I wonder how Joker's gonna fit in, but.
I also wonder how Joker's gonna fit in. I like to think his fatality will just be shooting someone in the head.
I thought it'd be like a joke gun. Go save Bang, but the Bang will still hurt you in your eye or something.
Oh, see, I was thinking of the one that they did for Mortal Kombat versus DC, where they had to cut the animation because it was like they wanted a not hard M game. I don't know, maybe DC was worried it wouldn't sell, but Joker pulls out a fake gun that goes bang, and then he laughs, and then he takes out a real gun and just shoots you. So I was like, maybe he'll just skip the first part and just shoot people.
Oh.
And they go like, hey, haha, bang. And I was like, well, that wasn't very funny, was it? You just murdered a man. Alright, so, you know what? It's time to get hype.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, get hype. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
So, remember the Manga Gamer panel?
Yes. Yes, I do. Well, the one I didn't get to go to, yes.
I played one of the games.
Really? What game?
And I kind of like it.
What game is it?
The Further Than Blue.
What? I don't know if it was
Blue
called...
Sky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if it's literally called Further Than Blue, but okay.
You have to make rockets that
oh,
want to go further.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, how's that going?
It's pretty good. I learned a lot about rockets. Like,
Welcome
they
to my
have a
world.
lot of details about rockets.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Upote. Upote taught me a lot about guns. Did I want to learn a lot about guns? Not really, but I did want to keep watching Upote, so I learned a lot about guns.
Yeah, like I know about the nozzle and
The
how
wind resistance and stuff.
yeah, and how like you need to get the two muzzle pieces to be perfectly overlapped to each other, because then when it explodes, right,
Yeah.
you don't want it to like when the air cools down, or if it's like not room temperature, then you won't it creates like a lack of density in the metal piece like condenses, so then there's an air gap, and then when it explodes, it will actually explode through the
Is
engine.
that a thing?
Yes.
Oh my fucking god, is that why rockets explode?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Because
That-
room
that-
temperature.
That's terrifying. That like all it needs is to be like a few degrees off and then it blows up.
Hmm.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. Wow. Wow. Okay, informative. Thank you.
And you have to wear biosuits like all the time, because if you get like dust on the on something, I forgot what it's called right now. But if you get like even a speck of dust on it, it'll mess with the computer, and then it couldn't like align itself to the glass, because when you have to travel through space, there's no light,
Right.
but there's still like light inside of the rocket, and you're
Right.
supposed to use like the lack of light to direct it where to go.
Oh.
So if you have like dust on it,
So it's
even
like a light gun game where it like it's in position to where there is no light.
yeah.
Ah, it's like I got light here, so then from there I can tell that the light travels distant. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
There's
That's
so much unnecessary detail in this game about
That's
rockets.
super interesting. I might play that now, if only because I'm interested in learning about rockets.
Not because of the other reason.
Now, the porn will be a nice bonus.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. I think it's just an excuse to learn about rockets.
Yeah. That's how I think about it, at least. Is like, hey, I want to talk about rockets. All right, you don't want to talk about rockets? What if you get to fuck this cute girl, too? It's like, now I want to talk about rockets. Good enough! That...
They're all into rockets.
Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of those hyper-specific ones. Because if it's the ones where it's like mostly just a story, it's not a big deal. But if there's like a whole mechanic and thing, I feel like the guy was more excited about the mechanic and didn't know what to do with it. So it was like, all right, side note, porn. And then like anybody will buy it, you know?
Yeah. Like the maker of Honey Pop just wanted to make a game about the puzzle.
I was
that
gonna say,
puzzle called?
if he wanted to just make a Gaudige, he would have just made a Gaudige. He didn't. He made a Match 4 Gaudige.
Yeah.
I think he likes Match 4 games and was like, I'm just going to add that to this Gaudige. Because I don't know if the Gaudige can stand enough on its own. And kudos to you. You made me willing to play a Match 4 game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what the game is. And you don't get to do anything for a while because you're just too busy learning about rockets.
Look, man. Rockets are important. You just told me having two things be the wrong temperature could kill an entire group of people.
Yeah, if there's
Rockets are
any
important.
air grab. Well, they don't go in the rockets, obviously. They just make the
No, it'll
rockets.
explode it. Yeah, it'll explode and kill all those people.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I learned about the hybrid engine.
The fuck is a hybrid engine?
So,
What the fuck does that mean?
So there's this competition in the game, right? And like all the clubs in the school, you would try to make the furthest rocket or like longest lasting rocket
Okay.
before it goes up. And what the winning team did for the competition is that they used a hybrid engine, and normally the hybrid engine doesn't pick up speed until it's already in the air. So what they did was
What does
they
that
took
mean?
so the fuel burns faster with the hybrid engine because it switches engines, and you get to separate it.
So
and
wait,
then you use a secondary engine.
is it like a hybrid engine where like it
No.
runs partially on gas and it runs partially on a different thing and then it switches between them?
No.
Then what do you mean? What do you
Well,
mean when you say hybrid engine? That's
it-
the part I don't understand.
So what happens is when it runs out of fuel,
yeah.
it switches to another engine. That's it. Inside of the rocket, and it gets rid of.
But I
the
thought
piece
rockets
of the
did that
rocket.
anyway. I thought they had secondary engines already.
I guess most of them use hybrid engines now, but they didn't always use it.
Okay, because I always thought that was a thing. Period. Because like that's why when you see like a spaceship go, I'm amazed that we're talking about this. But that's why when you see like a spaceship go off, it'll lose the bottom parts. It's because it's lowering its weight, but also engaging the second engine to continue the propel. Because I think the most difficult part of it is breaking the atmosphere, right? Because once it's out of the
Yeah.
atmosphere, it doesn't have any problems anymore. There's nothing to resist it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, even then, you
So-
still have to use engine. But there's no air in space.
But I mean,
you
like,
also
there's
learn
no
about
re-
that too.
There's no resistance because air is what the resistance comes from. So
Yeah.
now you're more worried about directing it than it is about the speed, right? Like the usefulness of the engines and stuff like that is to direct it to make sure that it can actually follow any course. Because the fact that there's no air means that the momentum doesn't die down, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Again, I'm amazed that we're going on about this now when it's a porn game, but hey, like this is the more important part.
And even the porn part about it is even not it's like not that bad because he like generally likes him and stuff.
Okay.
But
It's not school days.
yeah.
School days. Okay, fine. That's cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
You want to give the whole name again?
Farther than the blue sky.
Okay, cool. All right. I want to talk about an anime that I said I was gonna watch, and I watched.
Kujo Stray Dog.
No. Hotage Kemono Michi. Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah,
wrestler.
yeah.
Wrestler.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered. Although I told you about this a few days ago, so you probably remembered for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Hotage Kemono Michi, or I guess Heat Up, Go Forward, Animal Road, which I think is a reference to the wrestling style known as King's Road. So that might be a joke hidden in there. Anyway, yeah, Kemono Michi is about a guy who's a professional wrestler who goes by the name Kemono Mask, and he's just Tiger Mask. Like he's just Tiger Mask. And then one day he gets summoned into like a fucking isekai world. And they're like, "Oh, you need to save us." It's like, "What? Save you from what?" "There's monsters that are attacking us. You need to go kill them." And he goes, "I would never harm an animal. How fucking dare you?" And he gave the princess a German suplex and left. So he loves animals more than anything else. He is all about animals. Animals are the only thing that matters. And if you're not an animal, you get the fuck out of my face. If you're not even partially animal, get the fuck out of my face. If you're at least maybe if you're like 20% animal, maybe I could work with that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. So he ends up buying this wolf girl who was sold into slavery. Her name is Shigure. And he goes like, "You're going to be my partner and we're going to do great. What do you want to do?" It's like, "I need money. Let's go do adventuring. They need us to kill these animals." "I'm not going to kill them. Fuck that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open a pet shop." "You're going to do a what now?" "What's a pet shop?" Easy, right? You have an animal, it becomes your best friend, and then you live together forever. And she was like, "Is that a thing?" "It is where I'm from." "Okay." So he goes and he captures the animals, and instead of beating them up, he just gets real friendly with them. And I guess it's one of those things where, like, if an animal knows you mean it no harm, they're really chill. So, you know, they were all about it. There's the part where there's, like, these giant fucking demon monkeys that are like, beating people up and killing them. And they're running at him, and the wolf girl's like, "Oh my god, he's gonna die." He goes, "I have something for you here," and then like reaches into a bag and pulls out an apple, and then it like looks at the apple and touches the apple and he eats the apple, and they just fucking love him. They're just like all on him, hanging out, goofing around. And she's like, "I'm amazed at your ability to make animals love you." He's like, "Animals love me because I love them."
Alright.
And yeah, so that's the thing, is he's just going around capturing animals, doing stuff, living in this isekai world, and trying to save up money to open up a pet shop. So I was reading the manga before I saw the show. I think they've jumped ahead, or maybe it's a thing that's already been planned. I'm not sure, but so he has an enemy wrestler, right? Because like he's a face, so you need to heal, right? That's how you keep the rivalry going. So the heel's name is Macadamian Ogre.
Macadamian Ogre.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a weird name, whatever. But the more important part of it is that they shorten it to Mao, and Mao is how you say demon lord.
Yeah.
So the other vampire, like another vampire, is a vampire summons him and goes like, "I've summoned the demon lord of the other realm," and it's just him.
He thinks it's a demon lord.
Yeah, she thinks he's a demon lord because of his name. But it's a shortened version of his name. His name isn't Mao, it's Macadamian Ogre.
So
Like,
she's
that-
like, when is he gonna like ensnare everybody?
So he's a heel wrestler, so he's an asshole. So he's a dick about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a whole episode that shows that like when Genzo, that's the Kemono Mask guy's name, when Genzo got taken, he was in the middle of wrestling Macadamian Ogre. he was like doing a flying body splash and then just disappeared in thin air. So like Macadamia Nogar had been wrestling him up for a few years now, and he kept losing. And he was like, "Man, I'm gonna get that guy. I'm gonna get that guy. This is the day. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna kick that guy's ass." And then like when he's gonna lose again, he's flying through the air. He just disappears. And then like Macadamia Nogar feels his life is over because he's never got to beat Kimono Mask, and he's just like sad, and he's like, "Man, I wanted to wrestle that guy. I wanted to beat him. This is bullshit." I'm like all sad. He's like having a lot of time to himself. There's a bit where he's just in his room crying. It's like, why can't I ever get what I want? And his manager goes like, "You need a hobby," and he takes up knitting, and he knits a scarf, and then he realizes he knit in the mask of Kimono Mask, and he's like, why can't I forget him? And then he gets summoned to the alternate world, and then they go, "All right, are you ready to fight the bad guy, the hero?" Is like, "What? I don't fucking care." And then he goes, "This is what he looks like," and he goes, "That's Kimono Mask. Oh fuck, it's Genzo. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait." And then the girl goes like, "So you know him?" And he says this verbatim: "Our relationship cannot be explained in words."
All right.
All right. Whatever the fuck that means.
You could just say he's your wrestling.
You could say he's a wrestling rival.
Yeah.
I mean, what is going on?
Those are words.
What is that? Yeah. What do you think it is that you think you can't explain it in words? What do you believe your relationship is that you can't express it in words? Like what? What does that mean? What does that mean? Whatever. So yeah, and now at the end of this is like getting up to the end of the season. It's like episode 11 out of 12. They've met up, and he told him he wants to wrestle, and he goes like, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you." But yeah, for now it's been mostly hijinks, and then this came up, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, no, that's still fun." Fun fact: Daisuke Ono, who is Jotaro Kujo, and fucking also he's done a lot of things, but that's the first one I think of. And the second one
He's
is
also Beowulf.
Is he Japanese Beowulf?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a good choice. That's a good fucking choice. He's also on Kuroko no Basket, and he's also the first one I usually think of is Sebastian from Kuroshitsuji. So yeah, he's the Orc King, which shows up in like one bit where like Genzo sees these orcs, and they're like, he's like, "Hey, which one of you is the leader?" And then, like this orc goes like, "Oh yeah, you think you're tough? I'm a fuck." And then he just gets shoved out of the way. And then a big ass orc comes in, and it's Daisuke Ono speaking normally. He's not doing a voice or anything.
Oh.
He's like, "What do you want?" And it's like, I'm here to fight you." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "You need to stop. You need to leave those villages alone." And he goes, "Who are you to stop me?" And he punches him in the chest, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then he just takes it. And it's like, "I'm a wrestler. Wrestlers are supposed to learn to take hits," and then they fuck each other up. It is beautiful. It's great. It's a great show with a bunch of stupid wacky hijinks, and now it's about to end in a big time fucking wrestling match. And some people are on it, like fucking the main guy is voiced by Katsuyuki Konishi, who was the Olga on Beelzebub, and he was the guy with the cancer tattoo on his face in Bleach. He was in Durarara. Like, he's done real work. And oh yeah, he's America on Hetalia. That's a thing. I think there's like 8 versions of Hetalia.
I thought we were gonna do a show on it.
Hetalia?
No, no.
Kimono Michi?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can talk about it. I'm just talking about it as a thing I like. I haven't gotten into detail. Dude, the amount of stupid shit that happens in that show is like way more than I've mentioned.
Oh.
There's a whole episode dedicated to him going, "I don't like you because you're just a human." "Ooh, wait, you got a lizard body? All right, no, I'm in. I'm in now." Like she's like, "Oh, I want to train." He's like, "Okay, fine." And then like they're doing squats, and he goes like, "Just to be clear, the lizard part is only on your stomach and your back, yeah?" He's like, "Yeah." "Okay, forget the squats. I've done 4 squats. No, forget the squats. We're doing trunk training. I want to see your abs flex." And then everyone goes, "You're fucking gross." He goes, "Shut up, this is training." It's amazing. We can do it when the show's over, but I just wanted to talk about it as a thing I'm really happy about and I'm really enjoying. So 2 more episodes and then it's over. Yay!
I thought it was 12.
Yeah, well, 10 just happened, so 11 is coming out, and then, from when we're recording this, 11 will Fuck. What day does it air? I've been catching up, so I don't actually know. It's a Wednesday, I think. So yeah, it'll be on at Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. So Wednesday will be 11, and then next week will be the 12th, and that'll be that. All right, man. That's all I got about Kimonomichi.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna end it here.
Yeah, I guess we're done. This has been Manga Palette. Thank you for listening, and if you're still here, you guys get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
Yeah, you get it. Bye.